How to Succeed in the Stock Market Without Really Trying is the 21st episode of the first and only season of the Debbie Reynolds Show. And I'll be honest, I found this one to be quite boring. I don't really think the narrative was that interesting. And it wasn't completely predictable, but it also wasn't one of those narratives where it was full of surprise. I liked watching it because I like watching Debbie Reynolds perform, and I think Debbie Thompson's a really great character. But occasionally with the Debbie Reynolds Show, there'll be a narrative that I just think isn't that fascinating, isn't that funny, and this is definitely one of those for me. Basically, Debbie and Charlotte are fed up of being left out of the conversations when the husbands are talking about the stock market, so they decide behind their back to invest in some stock, and well, they don't really know what they're doing. And I was going to say comedy ensues, but there are some bits that are quite entertaining because of the characters' performances. But the actual specifics of the narrative, the things that happen in it, I just didn't think were that engaging. So I didn't really enjoy it very much. I'll always enjoy watching Debbie Reynolds perform. Absolutely no question. And actually, my favourite thing in the whole episode was the end. You know, how at the end of every Debbie Reynolds show, Debbie comes out of, the stage door or something, and she addresses the viewer and says, "Thanks for watching." I won't say exactly what happened, but that was actually my favourite part of the full episode. Not because the episode's terrible, but because that bit was actually amazing. But yeah, it may not be a terrible episode, but I certainly don't hold it in very high regard. It just didn't seem to have too much to offer. It kind of recycled the same joke over and over again of Debbie and Charlotte not really knowing what they were doing or not understanding the stock market, which was funny to begin with, but then it kind of stopped being entertaining. So, not a favourite episode, didn't mind watching it, but definitely not the most interesting.